So we're going to do some MCQs based on the chapter alcohol, phenols and ether. So let's look at this question. It says, identify D in the following reaction. Okay. First, what is happening? It's an alkene. Okay. It's a propene. Propene is reacting with concentrated sulfuric acid and then it is undergoing hydrolysis in the presence of water. Okay. So the first step of this reaction would be this alkene will undergo hydration. Okay, so what will happen is, see, it is going to be this way: CH3 CH C double bond CH2 in the presence of H2SO4. First of all, it will form CH3 CH OH CH3. Then this, in the presence of the water molecule has already got added up. So in the presence of PCl5, this OH group will be replaced by the halide group. So CH3, CH, Cl and then again a CH3. Then again you are treating it with a strong base, alcoholic KOH. So what will happen is once again the chloride molecule and the hydrogen molecule will be lost. So once again it will undergo oxidation and the product that will be formed is CH3 CH double bond CH2. Okay, so my answer is C. Compound A reacts with SOCl2 to give compound B. Now compound B reacts with magnesium metal to give Grignard's reagent. Now we know Grignard's reagent ka general formula is RMgX. And how do we form Grignard reagent? When an alkyl halide reacts with Mg. Okay, in the presence of dry ether, it will be leading to the formation of RMgX. Okay, this is in the presence of dry ether. Now this Grignard reagent, when it is treated with acetone, the product is hydrolyzed to give me this compound. Okay, so RMgX plus acetone, CH3C double bond O CH3. First it will form a complex where MgX and R will get added up on this carbonyl group. So it will first form a Grignard complex and then this would further be hydrolyzed to form CH3COH. This CH3 would be here and my product is 2-methyl. See, what does it say? It says, so this is 1, this is 2. 2 pe there is methyl group and 2 pe he it is butanol. So this is C2H5. Okay. Now this CH3CCH3 is coming from the Grignard's reagent. So this C2H5 part is coming from, CH3CCH2 is coming from acetone. CH3CCH3. This part is coming from acetone. So what is coming from Grignard's reagent is C2H5. So this R is nothing but C2H5. Okay. So what is my compound B? My compound B is ethyl chloride. Okay. Now it says, how is compound B formed? Compound B is formed when compound A reacts with SOCl2 to give, so something, let's say compound A is reacting with SOCl2 to form ethyl chloride. Okay, so this, it has to be an alcohol, right? Alcohol will be reacting with SOCl2 to form C2H5. जिसका alkyl part would be C2H5. Okay, so A part will be C2H5OH with SOCl2 will give me ethyl alcohol. So my correct answer is A. Understood? Which of the following does not give iodoform on warming with iodine and alkali? Now look here. If we see the options, it is isopropyl alcohol, then it's ethyl alcohol and N-propyl alcohol and acetone. See, N-propyl alcohol, that is CH3, CH2, CH2OH. When this reacts with iodine and alkali, it leads to the formation of CH3 propionaldehyde, CH2CHO. Now this does not give the iodoform test. So my answer is N-propyl alcohol. The product of this reaction with concentrated H2SO4. So what is this product? This product is actually, see this way. So here there is C2H5, here there is C2H5, then this is CHOH. No, there is only CH here, and then there is CH which is attached to OH, and here there is CH3, CH2 over here. Okay, so now look here, C2H5, sorry, this is not a product that is given. See, it's this way. These two ethyl molecule is attached to this carbon. So carbon C2H5, C2H5. This is attached to one H. Then there is another C molecule which is attached to OH. And at last there is CH3. Now when you treat this compound with concentrated H2SO4, what will happen is it will undergo dehydration. It will lose water molecule. Okay. So when it loses water molecule, the compound that will be formed is C2H5, again twice, C double bond, CH, CH3. Okay. So this would be my compound. So my correct answer is C. Organic compound A and B reacts with sodium metal and release hydrogen gas. Then A and B react with each other to give methyl propionate. The compound A and B are. See, the first part says A and B are reacting with the sodium metal to release hydrogen gas. Now we know an alcohol and an acid, when they react in the presence of sodium metal, it releases hydrogen gas. Okay. Then the next clue that is given is that A and B react with each other. That is, the same alcohol and acid are reacting with each other to form methyl propionate. Methyl propionate structure is CH3, CH3, COO, CH3. Okay. So now understand that the acid has to be CH3, CH2, that means C2H5, COOH, and my alcohol has to be coming from this part. See, this alkyl part has come from alcohol and this is my acid part. So my alcohol is CH3OH and my acid part is C2H5COOH. So the answer is C. Let's see the next question. It says an ether is more volatile. Volatile means it has more reactivity. It evaporates in the atmosphere than an alcohol having the same molecular formula. Why? So alcohol is having resonance structure, not true. Intermolecular hydrogen bonding is present in ethers. No. If intermolecular hydrogen bonding would have been present in ethers, then it would not have been more volatile. Intermolecular hydrogen bonding is present in alcohol. Yes. So because alcohols are having intermolecular hydrogen bonding, it is not as volatile as ether. During dehydration of alcohols to alkenes by heating with concentrated H2SO4, the first step is protonation. Remember, the first step is protonation of alcohol. What happens is, in the alcohols, the oxygen molecule, on the oxygen molecule, the protonation will occur. Okay. Next, the IUPAC name of this compound. See, the first functional group that gets priority, there are two alkyl groups and here there is hydroxyl group. So the priority goes to the hydroxyl group. So this will be numbered as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so how would you name this? 3 pe there are two methyl groups, so 3, 3 dimethyl, and then there is one पे there is OH, and this is not benzene ring, there are no double bonds here, this is simple cyclohexane. Now since because it is an alcohol, it will end in ol, so but the correct option is 3,3 dimethyl 1 cyclohexanol. Acetyl bromide reacts with excess of CH3MgI. See, this is Grignard reagent, followed by treatment with a saturated solution of NH4Cl. See, this is one of the method of preparation of alcohol from acetyl bromide. Okay, so this question is actually preparation of alcohol from acetyl bromide and Grignard's reagent. See, what is acetyl bromide? It is CH3 C double bond O Br. Okay, and it is reacting with the Grignard's reagent. Okay, RMgX, followed by the treatment with NH4Cl. Okay. Now see, what will happen is it's a ketone. Okay, and this CH3 part of the Grignard reagent will be added up. Okay, so what will it form is 2 methyl 2 propanol. Okay, how? See, ketone on reaction with Grignard reagent, this CH3 part will attach over here. Okay, and this O will be reduced to H. Okay, so this, instead of this Br, what is going to come is this CH3, and here it will be H group that will be coming and getting attached. So it is 2 methyl 2 propanol. So it is forming a tertiary butyl alcohol. Okay, so it will be this way. On the second atom there is methyl group. So this, so it's a tertiary butyl alcohol. Okay, 2-methyl 2-propanol, or you can also call it as T-butyl alcohol. Okay, next, let's see this. HBr reacts with CH2 double bond CHOCH3. Okay, this is an ether under anhydrous condition at room temperature to give. See, how will the series of reaction occur is, so first will be protonation of this carbon. A positive charge will come on this. So it will CH3C positive charge OCH3. Okay. Now Br, which is this negative species, will attack the positive core. So what will it form is CH3 CH Br O CH3. Okay, and then this would be my product. Okay, so my correct answer is D. An industrial method for preparation of methanol is, remember, the industrial method of preparation of methanol is catalytic reduction of carbon monoxide in presence of zinc oxide and Cr2O3. Okay, so the reaction would occur in this way: CO plus H2 in the presence of ZNO and Cr2O3, it gives methyl alcohol. Next, which of the following compound is oxidized to prepare ethyl methyl ketone? Now remember, secondary alcohol are oxidized to give ketone. Okay. Now we are sure that it has to be a secondary alcohol. And see how many number of carbon atom it will have. Just look from the compound. Ethyl, that means 2 carbon. Then methyl, 1 carbon. So in total 3 carbon and 1 carbon for the carbonyl group. So in total how many? 4 carbons. Okay. So it will be this way. So I understand that it has to be a secondary alcohol and there has to be 4 carbons in it. So it has to be a butanol. So CH3, CH2, here there will be an OH, CH2, this is only H, and then CH3. This will undergo oxidation. Okay, and what will happen? What will happen? A molecule of H and OH will be removed. So H will be removed from here and OH will be H from here it will undergo oxidation basically to form CH3, C double bond O, CH2, CH3. Okay, so my correct answer is 2-butanol. This is 2-butanol. Next question. See, they are giving us this reaction, phenol and C2H5I, and they are saying OC2H5, this species, and anhydrous C2H5OH in the presence of ethyl alcohol. What will happen? See, either this can abstract a proton from H plus, right, to give a phenoxide. It can attack the methyl group of the carbon ion to form diethyl ketone, diethyl ether. Okay. So C2H5O is a better nucleophile than C6H5O. Okay. So it is going to form C2H5O, C2H5. See, this can either abstract an H plus from here or it can attack the alkyl group from here. Now this is a better nucleophile as compared to C6H5OH. So what will it form is C2H5O, C2H5. Okay, so this is my product. So the correct answer is B. Since this is C2H5O is a better nucleophile than C6H5O minus. The product of acid catalyzed hydration of 2-phenyl propene is. Now this acid catalyzed hydration of 2-phenyl propene, it is actually Markovnikov's rule. So how would this reaction occur is CCH3, 2, 1, 2, 2 pe there is phenyl group. So this is 2-phenyl propene and it has to undergo hydrolysis. Now how will the hydrolysis occur is, here the water molecule has to get added up. So the OH will be added on this atom and H will be added upon this atom. So the product that will be formed is CH3C, OH will be coming here and this is CH3. And how would you name this product is 2-phenyl 2-propanol. So my answer is C. Again it is a series of chain reaction. See, phenol in the presence of zinc dust. Okay, phenol in the presence of zinc dust will form, see, it will occur in this way. Phenol, first of all, phenol means in the presence of zinc dust, it will simply form a benzene ring. Okay, then this in the presence of alkyl halide and anhydrous AlCl3. What will happen? An alkyl group will get added over here. So the product that will be formed is this. Then this on treatment with alkaline KMnO4. It's a strong oxidizing agent. Alkaline KMnO4 is a strong oxidizing agent. The product CH3 group will be oxidized to the acid group. So what it will form is benzoic acid. So the next says on heating glycerol. Now what is the structure of glycerol? Glycerol structure is this way. It's a trihydric alcohol, and when you treat it with concentrated sulfuric acid, it will undergo oxidation to form this product which is called as acrolein. Acrolein is the answer, and water molecule will be removed. Okay, so it is undergoing removal of water molecule to form acrolein. The reaction of ethylene glycol. Now what is ethylene glycol? CH2OH with Pi3. Okay, so instead of the OH, halogen group will be added, I, and this will further undergo removal of the iodine molecule to form CH2 double bond CH2. So my correct answer is B. During dehydration of alcohol to alkene by heating with concentrated H2SO4, the initial step is protonation. We have done this question before also. So let's take an example. For example, if let's say it is ethyl alcohol C2H5OH, it will first undergo protonation. Okay, so how will it occur is C2H5, this O will undergo protonation because H plus has been added. Okay, so the first step, always remember, is protonation. Okay, and then it will be losing the water molecule. In the following sequence of reaction, we have to find out what is the compound D. So it's again a chain of reaction. So let's follow it step by step. So the first step says ethyl alcohol in the presence of PNI2. So CH3, CH2OH. What will happen is this OH group will get replaced. It will form an alkyl halide. So CH3, CH2I. Then that in the presence of magnesium and ether. Okay, what it is forming is actually Grignard's reagent. So CH3, CH2, Mgi. Now this is my Grignard's reagent. Now this Grignard reagent is reacting with formaldehyde. Okay, so I'm writing again. See, formaldehyde HCHO is reacting with CH3, CH2, Mgi. Okay, so what will it form? Always remember that formaldehyde reacts with Grignard reagent to give a primary alcohol. So what it will form is CH3, CH2, CH2OH. So this would be the primary alcohol that is formed. Okay, so the correct answer will be, since how many carbon atoms are here? 1, 2, 3. So it is propanol. N-propyl alcohol. Sorry, it is N-propyl alcohol. So the compound given is ethyl alcohol. Ethyl alcohol, when it is heated in the presence of copper, okay, what will it undergo is, it will undergo oxidation to form aldehyde. So CH3, CH2OH. When it is reacting with copper, when heat is there, it will form CH3, CHO. Okay, acetaldehyde will be formed. And when this same compound CH3, CH2OH is being heated in the presence of Al2O3, it will undergo dehydration, that is removal of water molecule, okay, to form an alkene. So my correct answer is alkanal and alkene, C. phenol is less acidic than acetic acid. This is pure theory question. Next. Which of the following alcohol gives the best yield of dialkyl ether on being heated with a trace of sulfuric acid? The next question says, which of the following alcohol gives the best yield of dialkyl ether on being heated with a trace amount of sulfuric acid? Okay, so this is one of the method of preparation of ether, which says that it has to be a primary alcohol. Primary alcohol on treatment when it is heated with concentrated H2SO4, it will lead the best yield of ether. Okay, so dialkyl ether, if you want to form, primary alcohol is 1-pentanol. Which of the following reactions is correctly represented? So we are given a number of options and we have to find out which is the correct option. Okay, so see how will this occur. Actually, how will the reaction occur? So if I take the reactant, there is one CH3 over here, O CH3 in the plus HBr. First, this oxygen will gain a positive charge. So what will it form is, so this is undergoing protonation. Okay, now because there is a positive charge here, this bond, which is because of the two electrons, both the electrons will come to the oxygen atom. Okay, and CH will get bonded to bromine species, and both of these electrons are coming on this oxygen and they're nullifying this positive charge. So what will it form is CH3 OH, since both the electrons have come over here, and this will be CH3 Br. Okay, so this is my correct product, which is represented by option A. 1 mole of a compound A with formula CH3H8O. Now from this formula only we can make out the compound, which is okay. Now this reacts completely with 2 moles of HI. So what will happen is, the products that will be formed is alkyl halide. 2 types of alkyl halide are formed and water molecule is released. Okay, and when this X and Y, so it is forming X and it is forming Y, when it is boiled with aqueous solution of alkali, it forms Z. Okay, so this, when it is boiled with alcoholic solution of alkalic solution, so this will give C2H5OH. Now this answers the iodoform test. Okay, it will give the iodoform test. So what they are asking is, the compound A is methoxyethane. Ether on treatment with HI, again it's an alkyl halide. So how will the reaction occur is, see, in the first step only, this oxygen will have a protonation. Okay, so both these electrons will be donated to this oxygen atom. So what it will form is, and this part of the alkyl will combine with the halogen part. So it will form OH and it will form okay. So the correct answer would be both A and C. Okay, A and C. 2-methoxypropane, when it is heated with dilute H2SO4 under pressure. So what is methoxypropane? Sorry, it is methoxypropane. So methoxypropane would be, see, this is my propane ring, and on 2 there is methoxy group present. Okay, so this is CH3 CH3, 2 methoxypropane. When heated with dilute H2SO4, okay, what will happen is, see, protonation of this oxygen molecule will occur. Okay, and it will form CH3 okay, so it will form this compound, and as well it will form methanol. Okay, so propan-2-ol and methanol. So my correct option is A. Ether and monohydroxy alcohol. Ether and monohydroxy alcohol are which type of isomers? So these are functional isomer. Okay, these are functional isomer. Why? Because their molecular formula is same, but they have different functions of the formula. See, it's like this. What is the general formula for ether? ROR, and for alcohol it is ROH. Okay, so the functionality is depend only upon the functional group, and hence it is functional isomer. Which of the following is formed by the reaction of diazomethane? See, diazomethane is used in the preparation of ether. Okay, so it will be in the see, the reaction that would be occurring is, it actually occurs this way. ROH in alcohol reacts with diazomethane in the presence of HBF4 to form ROCH3, and nitrogen gas is released. So remember, diazomethane is used in the preparation of methyl ether and methyl isopropyl ether. The general reaction is occurring in this way. So the correct option is methyl isopropyl ether.